You do not rise to the life you want. You rise to the standard you stop negotiating with. That is the part most people avoid. They want the better body, the better business, the cleaner room, the sharper mind, the stronger offer, the calmer money, the life that feels like it finally belongs to them. But when the private standard arrives, they lower it. Not in public. Not where anyone can see. They lower it in the quiet hour. They lower it when the alarm rings. They lower it when the first task feels heavy. They lower it when nobody is waiting for proof. Then they wonder why the higher life keeps staying at a distance. The higher life is not confused. It is waiting for you to stop bowing to the lower standard. You already know the standard. That is what makes this uncomfortable. You do not need a stranger to name it for you. There is one rule you keep circling. The earlier wake up. The cleaner body. The finished draft. The daily outreach. The honest budget. The content block before consumption. The room that stays clean because your mind works better when your environment is not begging for rescue. The promise you keep making at night and revising in the morning. You know it. You just keep treating it like an optional upgrade instead of an entrance price. So the old life keeps finding the gap. It finds the phrase, "I will start when things calm down." It finds the phrase, "I do not feel ready." It finds the phrase, "Today is already ruined." It finds the phrase, "I deserve a break." Some breaks are real. Some breaks are just the old identity wearing a softer mask. This is where the few separate. Not in the vision. Most people can see a vision. The separation happens at the standard. Can you keep the rule when nobody claps? Can you keep the rule when the mood is gone? Can you keep the rule when your old life offers you comfort with perfect timing? If the answer is no, do not hate yourself. Look directly at the standard. It is showing you the door. Inside the forge, the blacksmith does not ask the crown to fit a bent posture. The crown is shaped for the head that can carry weight. If the posture is wrong, the crown does not lower itself. The builder stands differently. That is what a standard is. A standard is not a mood. It is not a slogan. It is not the dramatic version of you that appears after midnight and promises a total life reset. A standard is a line that remains in place when the old identity tries to bargain. The fire respects that line. The metal respects that line. The crown is formed by that line. Most people want identity without a line. They want to be the disciplined one, while still negotiating with disorder. They want to be the wealthy one, while still hiding from numbers. They want to be the creator, while still giving the first clean hour to everyone else. They want the one-person empire, while still letting their output depend on emotion. They want the dream life, while still protecting the habits that make the dream impossible to carry. That is not a character flaw. It is an engineering problem. Your life is producing exactly what your private standard allows. If the standard is loose, the output becomes loose. If the standard is invisible, the day becomes negotiable. If the standard only exists when you feel powerful, pressure will erase it. Pressure does not create your standard. Pressure reveals whether one was actually there. The forge does not punish the metal for being soft. It exposes what the metal can become if heat, repetition, and shape are applied. Your avoided standard is that shape. It is the instruction your future keeps trying to give you. Wake before the noise. Create before you consume. Train before comfort. Review the numbers before fantasy. Finish the draft before explaining the dream. Protect the room before asking for clarity. Follow up before assuming nobody wants it. One standard. One line. One place where the old version no longer gets a vote. So do not redesign your entire life tonight. That is how the old version escapes. It turns one avoided standard into a giant transformation project. Then the project becomes heavy. Then you postpone it. Then nothing changes. Choose one standard. Not 5. 1. Choose the standard that would make the rest of the day cleaner if you kept it. If your mornings are weak, choose the first hour. No phone before proof. No consumption before creation. No negotiation with the alarm. If your body is weakening your confidence, choose the body standard. Train before comfort. Prepare the next meal before the craving decides. Protect sleep like it belongs to the person you claim you are becoming. If your business is stuck, choose the output standard. 1 offer improvement. 1 outreach block. 1 published piece. 1 follow-up before you disappear into planning again. If your environment keeps pulling you down, choose the room standard. Reset the workspace before the day ends. Keep the floor clear. Put 1 tool where it belongs. Let the room stop voting for the old version. Then remove the condition that usually breaks the standard. This is the real work. Do not only write the standard. Write the excuse that normally defeats it. If I am tired. If nobody notices. If the day starts late. If the work feels boring. If I am embarrassed that I am still starting here. Now remove the condition. The standard does not need the perfect morning. The standard does not need applause. The standard does not need confidence. The standard does not need a clean week. It needs 1 kept promise. For the next 7 days, keep it small enough to execute and serious enough to expose you. Write it where you will see it. I do this before I earn comfort. Then prove it tomorrow. No speech. No announcement. No identity performance. Just proof. The first kept standard will feel smaller than the dream. That is fine. The hinge is always smaller than the door. The higher life is not hiding from you. It is standing behind a standard you keep lowering. The crown has not rejected you. It is asking you to stand differently. Tonight, name the line. Name the excuse. Remove the condition. Keep the standard once. Then keep it again tomorrow. The few do not become different because they feel different. They become different because 1 private line finally stops moving. Do not beg for the higher life. Stand where it requires you to stand. Keep the standard. The crown will find the posture.